Yo, welcome to another episode of Simply Bitcoin Live. We're your number one source for the peaceful Bitcoin revolution with code-breaking news, culture, dramatic warfare. We will be your guide through the separation of money and state. But it isn't Simply Bitcoin Live today. It is Simply Sessions. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Me and BTC Sessions will be finally touching the tips. It's happening. I'm currently dyeing my hair in real time. This is not a tinfoil hat. It's I don't know, man. I feel like I'm going Super Saiyan.
I mean, you look good, man. I wouldn't worry about labeling it or anything. I think it's just a natural progression. I've been a bad influence. My lovely wife is here, and she painted you up here with your fancy foils. I think it's a good progression. We'll see what happens.
I feel like there reaches a point in every Bitcoin content creator's life where, you evolve, right? You evolve from just being, level one, and you evolve to the next level, which has to do with dyeing your hair to become BTC Sessions, I guess. Anyways, today, guys, we're going to talk about the Ledger debacle. Apparently, according to a buddy of mine who works for Foundation, Seth for Privacy, apparently the new firmware update that they added basically exposes your private key. I have my suspicions about why they're doing that. I suspect it has to do with getting ready for the regulatory onslaught, building that back door. It's kind of this Trojan horse that they disguised with like, oh, we're just making it more convenient for people. Look, I don't know about you guys, and I tweeted this out this morning, Ben, and I want to get your take on it. Look, I think opening a bank account and sending a wire is 100 times more complicated than writing down 12 words.
I don't have like, there you go. Yeah, I mean, I always argue that traditional finance and traditional banking, legacy finance, is not more difficult than using Bitcoin. I think the very premise of trying to tell people that, oh, it's too complicated, it's way too complex for you to actually care for and hold your own money is ridiculous. If you have the basic ability to download an app and write something down and keep it safe, there's no reason you can't hold your own keys. Like you can at some point, the only reason legacy banking is not too hard for people is because at one point it was, and then they learned how to do it. And the arc of learning the basics of having something important and keeping it safe and just writing it down is not more difficult than the hoops you have to jump through to send a wire or something like that. So yeah, it's and that regulatory creep, the precedent set by it is scary.
Yeah, it's absolutely scary. Guys, for anyone who doesn't know, we are live streaming currently from the Bitcoin Grove in Miami. It's Miami's own Bitcoin hacker space. You could build here, you can record here, you can network here. It's freaking awesome. It's in Ironside, Miami. Check it out. There's more details. It's pinned to the top of the Bitcoin Grove Twitter handle, so make sure to check that out. But before we jump into the numbers, I want to introduce my legendary co-host, always optimistic, always on 20 cups of coffee. How you doing, Opti?
Well, only on 3 cups today, so not as jacked as usual. But man, I'm feeling the FOMO over here. You guys are over there hanging out. I'm over here still back home. Haven't got on the plane yet. I am literally getting on the plane right when we get off this stream. But we're still hanging out on Twitter Spaces over here. So hey, you already know the show don't stop. A little audible. I think we forgot to reschedule our guest today, so we do it live.
Oops, we'll do it live. What was that thing that you play in the beginning of all your shows?
That's it's Bill O'Reilly. So fuck it, we'll do it live. I'll write it. We'll do it live.
Exactly. We're on that tip. And I also, before we start the show, I want to give a very special shout out to the live audience. How you guys doing? All right, everybody, no more delay. Let's jump in straight to Simply Sessions. Let's do it.
The Bitcoin numbers.
Brought to you by Nodl. At this point, you should be running your own Bitcoin node. If you don't use your own Bitcoin node, you're trusting someone else's. Run your own version of Bitcoin Core, the Lightning Network, Whirlpool, and Dojo, all from the comfort of your own home. And if you're a digital nomad, you have absolutely no excuse because now you can run a Nodl through a virtual private server. Visit nodl.eu today.
Hey everybody, I also want to give a shout out to the biggest Bitcoin conference on the face of the earth, Bitcoin 2023. It's coming up in literally a couple days. Some of the speaker lists include Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Michael Lewis, Michael Saylor, Alex Gladstein, Tulsi Gabbard. You definitely don't want to miss the biggest Bitcoin celebration of the year, Bitcoin 2023. You can use promo code SIMPLY to get yourself a big discount. At the time of recording, the Bitcoin price is $27,050. Sats per dollar, 3,697. Block height, 790,027. Reachable Bitcoin nodes, 17,096. Blocks to halving, 49,973. Halving estimate April 22nd, 2024. It's coming up less than a year. Total Lightning Network capacity, 5,315 Bitcoin. Capacity value, 143 million US dollars. Realized monetary inflation, 1.75%. That's my favorite stat out of everything, because it just continues to take fiat currencies to absolute school. When we started covering that stat, Ben, it was at 1.78%. That was months ago. So it moves ever so slowly, but it moves ever so slowly downwards forever.
That's what you want, right? It's, I mean, you look at the other stats, and I mean, that one will perpetually move downwards forever until it's just zero. And with fiat, they get to say, well, inflation has dropped. Well, that just means it's going up less fast. So
what's the meme for Bitcoin? It's up and to the right forever. For fiat, it's down and to the right forever.
Yeah. I mean, and your morals go with it, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Not to mention that. And the market capitalization of Bitcoin, $524 billion with a B. Anyways, take advantage of our live audience today. I want to talk about self-custody, and I want to talk about how gold is basically a shitcoin. And the reason that gold is a shitcoin is because of its physical properties, right? So think about having to move $1 million worth of gold, $100,000 of the gold. It's very heavy. You have to hire armed security guards. That's exactly what the Dutch central bank just did recently. There was a whole photo op about it. I mean, take a look at the security guards. And this is Vandelay BTC. He says the Dutch central bank today revealed it spent months executing an operation to move $15 billion, including 200,000 kilograms of bars and coins, requiring police and military support. And I think this is the very, very powerful message. And I think this is what changes everything. This would have been 10 minutes and $3.02 on the Bitcoin standard, right? So not only to mention that, of course, but we also have the bad, the bad physical property. So what tends to happen is that if you're if you're an individual or you're a nation state, you outsource the custody of your gold to a third party. This is exactly what Venezuela did, and however which way you feel about their politics, the Bank of England basically said to the Venezuelan government at the time, hey, we can't hand you back your gold, right? Now, think of it from a Bitcoiner's perspective. Think about it from even if you're Venezuela and you want to take self-custody, and let's say you don't have the infrastructure to take self-custody of your gold, it's a lot easier to take self-custody of your Bitcoin. All you have to write down is 12 words, 24 words. You can incorporate multi-sig into that. And that, I think, at the end of the day, protects the individual from something like the Executive Order 6102, which we all know about, which was FDR's theft of the American public's gold. And in the process, they took everybody's gold and then they handed them a shitcoin, which was the dollar. So Ben, what are your take on this before my tins get removed?
I'll talk while you get your. I love that this has to happen. we get the color check in the middle. It's fantastic. We looking good? Oh yeah, so there's more paint coming. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, again, it points out the reason why the gold standard failed. Right. The reason why the gold standard failed is because of the physicality. Right. It boils down to who has bigger guns. If you know where the gold is, and you've got bigger guns, it's now your gold. And that's very much not the case with Bitcoin. You can make it resilient to that, right? You mentioned multi-sig. A good geographically dispersed multi-sig where nobody quite knows where all of the keys are is incredibly resilient to that type of stuff. And you just said this would have taken 10 minutes and around $3 to execute. Can you imagine what they spent on the security for transporting all of that and the secrecy that they had to do it with, and the cost of like just the physical cost of moving that amount of gold. And it's, I mean, again, we've seen $1 billion transactions on Bitcoin for a few dollars, and more secure than what they just did.
Yeah, and not to mention, like, every single one of those security guards that were moving that gold, you know, they had a thought in the back of their head when they're handling these gold bars, and they're like, this is worth more than I'll make in my entire life with my government salary. So again, you know, it's clearly a better system. I think it's just a matter of time before the world wakes up to that reality. Opti, why don't you chime in on this, my friend?
Yeah, I mean, to me, I think it's still funny that people say there's no use for Bitcoin when we talk about it every single day. You know, like, this is the use case of Bitcoin. It's a 10x improvement over gold. And it's absolutely hilarious to see people, you know, dunk on Bitcoin when it's like, guys, I don't think you understand how to, you know, actually secure your gold, because it usually takes like ships and transportation and guys with guns to protect your Bitcoin or your gold. And it takes what? I know the fees are a little high right now. They're a little higher than usual, but it takes $2 in dirty fiat or a couple thousand sats to secure your Bitcoin final settlement. And it's just simple, guys. You know, Bitcoin is the best way to store your value through space and time, period. Like, there is no, there is no second best. I got it right here for you.
There is no second best.
And Bitcoin is number go up tech, and gold is number stay the same tech. So I really, as much as I love, you know, hey, my Latino's coming out, as much as I love gold, we all know the best way to store your value in the digital world, in the modern world, is Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is the easiest way to store your wealth, like, period. And I think it's going to continuously show to people that Bitcoin is the superior way to not only transact in the digital world, but to keep your wealth safe. I mean, hey, imagine needing to move all of that gold in an instant and try to escape from where you are. You couldn't do it. It's literally impossible. And we've seen throughout history that a lot of people have tried to, hide their gold via various different scenarios, and it's not going very well. So it's just awesome to continuously see that the signal is spreading. And of course, sometimes we see it on a backhand way where it's like, okay, we're seeing the struggles of the traditional finance system, and it's just, Bitcoin's better. It's just so simple. I can't say it any other way. It's just like, once you see it, you can't look back.
Amen to that. All right, everybody, let's get to the news. We got Opti. Should we hit the culture first? I want to get the audience involved.
Hey, bro, you're doing it live. We're doing this live.
Let's get the culture first. Let's do it.
The Daily Culture.
Brought to you by SwanBitcoin.com. Swan is the best way to build your Bitcoin stack with automated Bitcoin savings plans and instant purchases, serving clients of any size from $10 to $10 million. We love Swan because they incentivize self-custody and dollar cost averaging. What are you waiting for? Visit SwanBitcoin.com today.
All right, everybody, this is the culture, and what better way to express the culture, to highlight the culture, than a live audience full of awesome Bitcoiners that have made the journey, they've made the trek, the pilgrimage, better said, to come to the biggest Bitcoin event of the year, which is the Bitcoin 2023 conference. So we're very grateful for everyone. Also, I might add, I'm very grateful for everyone, I might add, for making the journey to the first Simply Sessions live show, which is clearly rough around the edges, and I'm literally getting my hair dyed live. But we appreciate you guys. This is version 1. Hopefully version 2 will become a little bit better. But anyways, I want to hear from you guys. What's on your guys' mind today? What are you guys most excited for what I call the Bitcoin Super Bowl week, which is the Bitcoin 2023 conference week? Mandrick's just here for beefsteak. I agree. I'm very excited for beefsteak. Shout out Awi Slice. I'm currently his P.O. box right now, so all the beefsteak stuff's in my house currently. It will be being transferred lately. But anyways, I kind of want to zoom out. Ben, what's on your mind, bro? What are you thinking these days?
Well, I mean, there's so much going on down here. Like this week is insane. I'm very thankful that the lovely Miss Sessions has joined me this time. Last time I took her to a smaller event to kind of gently coax her into being around Bitcoiners, and then this time I'm like, all right, we've got 17,000 events to go to, and the entire time we're here, we're just hitting every single thing. We're doing the cocktail party tonight. We're going to the Human Rights Foundation thing. We're going to God, what is going on this week? I'm trying to remember all of this stuff.
The Gale Hotel tonight.
Yes. Yeah. We're going to the Gale Hotel tonight. There's a whole bunch. Like we're at something every single night, every single day. Lisa's going to there's like the women's event at the conference that Nat is putting on. So she's gonna hit that one. I don't know. There's a lot. It's really, again, you get here and you're so overwhelmed. It's such a barrage on the senses, but you finish and you're like, wow, that was a hell of an experience. So as long as you can hone in on the signal, you got to be careful that you don't get like roped into shitcoin conversations, because that will happen. And if you're a polite Canadian like me, you won't be you won't be forward enough to be like, dude, get out of my face, I gotta go.
Dude, do you remember at Pacific Bitcoin, I pulled Sophie away from the VIP Swan party, of which they got a mansion for. I said, come, we have to come support Ben. And I took Sophie to a classroom setting of like 8 people, and I put her to 2 hours of learning how to take self-custody with the cold card. She did.
3 glasses of wine in, and I was like, where are we going?
Beautiful Santa Monica mansion overlooking the Pacific Ocean, and I'm like, nope, we gotta go support Ben. We gotta learn how to take self-custody. She didn't talk to me for like 3 days after that.
I'm gonna take this opportunity right now to your face say I'm so sorry. I was getting the text messages as they were on the way, and he goes like, yeah, we're leaving this party to come. I'm bringing Sophie. I'm like, oh no, this is not good for our potential friendship. This I think that's an instant cancellation. But I did appreciate that you guys came and went through the cold card workshop. It was in my mind it was fun. Probably less fun on 3 glasses of wine, but
No, I had the biggest laugh attack because I wasn't understanding anything. I was just like, what's going on? I thought we were going to another party.
Spoiler alert, it was not another party. But nonetheless, it was a good time. Everybody that came, it was awesome. And by the way, so I've got my cold card workshop tomorrow. It's sold out, so I'm very, very happy about that. Thank you both. But yeah, so that should be a good one. I'm very excited about it.
Wait. I feel something. I feel something.
I was watching your battle with Kakarot, so I've seen your energy-absorbing technique. Oh well, if I can't blast you away, I'll have to pound you into a pulp, that's all.
You know some of my moves, but I know all of your moves, Vegeta. Oh yes, Dr. Giro studied you very thoroughly.
Oh, is that a fact? Then why were you so surprised when Kakarot turned into a Super Saiyan? I'll tell you why. Because your database doesn't cover the battles we have.
Never mind, it's too soon. I'm not Super Saiyan yet, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Anyways, everybody, let's jump straight to the news. I want to talk about Ledger, and I also want to get the audience's perspective on this as well. So let's check it out.
The Daily News.
The Daily News is brought to you by Blockstream Jade, built by Bitcoiners for Bitcoiners. It's an open source hardware wallet for the cold storage of Bitcoin. Check out the brand new limited edition color, the transparent green jade. Blockstream Jade houses a full color camera, allowing for fully air-gapped Bitcoin transactions, scan and display QR codes directly on the device, assign transactions, and verify addresses with ease. Use your Blockstream Jade with your favorite wallet software, such as Blockstream Green, Blue Wallet, Electrum, Sparrow. Get yourself a Blockstream Jade today and take self-custody of your Bitcoin.
Also, I want to give a quick shout out to the Orange Pill app, which is a new sponsor of Simply Bitcoin. Stack friends who stack sats. Are you moving to a new city? You don't know any Bitcoiners in town. You download the Orange Pill app. You can create Bitcoin only events. You could link with Bitcoiners that are near around you. I'm sure you're going to all these amazing talks around Miami. There's nothing worse than being in a hotel room by yourself while all these amazing Bitcoiners are all around you. Download the Orange Pill app. It'll make it a lot easier for you to find Bitcoiners around you. So the breaking news, the big kahuna of today, which was this Ledger Recover. This is I feel like this is a Trojan horse. I'm going to make the case as to why I believe it's a Trojan horse. So first off, it goes on to say, quote, starting today, you could subscribe to Ledger Recover. Ledger Recover is an ID-based key recovery service that provides a backup for your secret recovery phrase. Ledger Recover is currently compatible with Ledger Nano X and available on Android and iOS running the latest Ledger Live version. At the moment, a passport/national identity card issued by the European Union, the United Kingdom, Canada, or the United States is required to subscribe to the service. We will be covering more countries and adding support for more documents in the coming months. Here's an interesting tweet by Seth for Privacy. Currently works for Foundation, which is a great hardware wallet, Bitcoin hardware wallet manufacturer. And he goes on to say, once you updated your Ledger, you're now running code explicitly designed to exfiltrate your private keys. What a nightmare world. Thankful for free and open source alternatives where you can be sure this can never happen. Never compromise on open source when storing funds. So Ben, I know one of your sponsors, which I'm a big fan of, is CoinKite. And actually NVK had some thoughts about this, which I actually quote tweeted. Let me find it real quick, because he had a badass answer, which is CoinKite doesn't even know if you turned on your cold card. CoinKite doesn't have an app/software wallet because that's one more trust point. A trust party adds one more layer of validation. Partially signed Bitcoin transactions make hardware wallets agnostic. Ideally, your software wallet doesn't even know which hardware wallet you are using. So, dude, this is a clusterfuck, isn't it?
Dude, this is like the worst of the worst. Like, this is such a. It makes me wonder where it says. It says in order to use this service, your passport, whatever is required. How long before that becomes, in order to use this device, your passport/national ID is required? I think that the worry here is twofold. Number one, the precedent that it sets that legacy rails are eking their way into wallet hardware and software, and two, like Seth mentioned, the software and the hardware are now basically designed to be able to do this. And so how sure are you that that is functioning the way you've set it? How sure are you that even though you've opted out of this service, this feature, as we'll call it, how sure are you that it's not doing this? Because remember, also, Ledger's closed source. So like you can't even really fully verify what the hell's going on. That's worrisome. So yeah, I mean, the idea that they're selling this as, well, first of all, that they're saying, hey, can pay us to KYC you effectively, and then your seed, like from what I've heard, and again, just kind of hearing what I heard this morning, effectively they're splitting your seed into pieces, and then they're uploading it to multiple services. And I think I heard Chris here said that it was a third party that they're doing it with too. So additional counterparty. You're not just trusting Ledger, but you're trusting the third party that they're also using the servers to store your, like, this is in no way a good move. So yeah, awful in my opinion.
Did you hear that? It's time, guys. I'm about to go Super Saiyan. and the touching of the tips. We're ready? We're ready? All right, Chris, please step in. Please take my seat, and I'll be back.
Amazing. All right. Well, hey, as Nico is getting his tips touch, or tips readied, I'll jump in here for a moment. Bro, like, to everyone out there, I mean, there's just so much bad with this. Like, put your seed phrase on a server. I get that they're trying to, at least when I heard about this morning, it's kind of being angled as a way for custody by your friends or your family in the future, for them recovering your seed phrase. I can see how they maybe thought this was a good idea, but again, there's just so much bad with this. Connecting your ID to your seed phrase, no. And then also connecting your seed phrase with third parties, like, what is going on? And like everyone's saying in the chat, let's not forget that Ledger has leaked their customers' information already in the past, and now they're basically asking, oh yeah, trust us, bro. Like, connect your real identity with your seed phrase, and then also share this with third parties. Like, it's just so much bad going on here. And then not only that, they also, from what I see, instantly felt the backlash and took it off their website and their Twitter. So like, they instantly realized it was a bad move up front, and it only took like 20-30 minutes or maybe like an hour for them to realize this. So obviously they weren't really thinking too clearly there. I did see some of the write up there that they're trying to do have like the iPhone moment. They're trying to figure out how to make this very palatable for the average person out there. Well, I don't know. I don't think they did good research on this, because obviously it didn't hit well with the Bitcoin community, and I don't think it's the best options for just the average normie out there. I think they just wrecked themselves completely. And it's like, man, I don't know, man. The Ledger team's been around for a while, but they seem to be shooting themselves in the foot recently a lot.
Is this the? Oh man, should I say this on live? is Ledger the Bud Light of hardware wallets?
Yo.
Oh, dude, what? It's actually great. I mean, I'm biased, but I think it's great. Oh, the reveal. Look at it.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God. All right. I feel the urge to make tutorials now.
I think my favorite, I like that it hang like you. Mine's like up and yours is like down, and I think it differentiates us so you can tell us apart.
Bro, Opti, like, we're changing. We're not doing news anymore. We're focusing exclusively on tutorials moving forward.
Dude, not gonna lie. On Ben, it looks like, okay, that's BTC Sessions. On you, I'm getting like a Cruella de Vil vibe here. So where's the Dalmatians?
Oh man. All right, so let's get back to Ledger. And basically, Ben, I was gonna make the case that I believe that this is the reason that they're doing this. I can't even find the page now. Chris, what did you do? There we go. All right, never mind. Love you, Chris. All right, so so this is interesting. I'm gonna connect the dots. I don't have tinfoil in my hair anymore, so maybe it doesn't sound so crazy. But the EU introduced new rules on sharing crypto tax data. It goes on to say, quote, the new European Union rules allowing tax authorities to share data on people's crypto holdings have been unanimously supported by the bloc's member states, meaning formal agreement on the law is likely next week. It goes on to say, under commission plans unveiled in December, which apply to holdings of crypto and some NFTs, any company with EU clients will have to register in the block in order to report digital assets to tax authorities. Now, you know what country Ledger's from? Ledger's from France, right? So I don't know about you guys. There's this very famous quote from one of my favorite content creators, which is, there are no conspiracies, but there are also no coincidences.
Yeah, it's you could see with the way the EU is going that it's not outside of the realm of possibility where what I was saying before, where they go to Ledger as a French company and say, hey, you can't sell this in Europe unless you now incorporate the KYC into using the device. And when you purchase a Ledger device, like the setup effectively is you go through Ledger Live, right? So like Rodolfo was saying with CoinKite, like they don't even know if you've ever turned on your cold card. That's inherent in the device. You basically set the whole thing up without connecting it to a computer. And there are a number of different ones that you can do it that way, but some require proprietary software in the initial setup, and that's where you can basically be roped into a program like this, should it exist. That's they're in to allow you to do that. So if you're dealing with hardware where you're forced to use their proprietary software, one, I would hope that some of these companies make it so that it's not only just, because some of them allow you to set them up without their software, but the hoops you have to jump through are just impossible for the average person. They need to make it so simple and so easy across anything to do it, so that even if they tried to implement something like this, it would be impossible to do a catch-all.
Yeah, 100%. And moving on, so completely agree with you. And then there's this is what we do, guys. We try to connect the dots, which is the government part of the government of England says the government is mulling proposals that would give the tax agency powers to access online wallets as part of plans to modernize how tax is collected in the digital age. So again, a lot of, it's a big coincidence that Ledger is going down this path, and you're getting this type of news not only from France, but also from the UK and also from European regulators as well. So, I mean, that's the next step. And I think that's like a very troubling type of conversation, right? Which is, at the end of the day, I think app stores are a huge point of weakness, because specifically if you have an iPhone, like you are forced to download go through the app store to download one of these mobile wallets. Who's to stop governments from saying, hey, if you don't implement KYC in your mobile wallet, it's not allowed in the app store. I think that's where we're heading. Obviously, if you have a computer, if you have a desktop, if you have a MacBook, that's not a big deal. But the vast majority of people, the way that they interact with the internet is through mobile devices, So I also hardware wallet manufacturers, right? It's a single point of failure. Like, how hard is it for the French government if Bitcoin really starts to become, a thorn in their ass, so to speak, to like tap on them and say, hey, Ledger, you kind of have to implement this backdoor. And isn't this a very convenient way of backdooring something, saying, oh, it's to help people take self-custody, but it's not really self-custody. Ben, what's your take on that?
I mean, my main thought through a lot of this is where people like the great guys at Seed Signer come into play, where they're building tools that can be created by oneself, where if that's to happen to a lot of these companies, well, you now have a way to create your own hardware device, your security, seed signing device, from run-of-the-mill parts. And I think that's very important. And like I said, I think it's important that as much as these companies can, they push back. They don't retroactively bake this stuff in as a feature, because again, it sets that precedent. And now that Ledger has gone ahead and said, hey, we've got this great new feature, even though they've apparently scrubbed it now, it shows governments that, oh yeah, this is totally possible. We can do this. And I mean, they would have figured it out, but we don't want to do them any favors here. So yeah, I don't know. If this wasn't a reason to, that's fantastic. If this isn't a reason to start, I lost my train of thought. I can't even. Good to see you, man.
Yellow always wants to crash the show. Yeah. Anyway, sorry to detract you. But I just wanted Yellow to make a live appearance.
Yeah.
Because my hair's yellow now.
Yeah. We could have over top of him done a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll wait till the end.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Did we do this too?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I suppose we could probably, yeah. I mean, I'm mulling it over. I think I'm enjoying the look of it, but I'm also thinking, man, this is going to be the angle here. We're going to have to do some gymnastics to make this happen.
The touch. This is why everyone came. The touching of the tips is going to happen. Yeah. And then what about the God? We promised everybody a God candle.
Did it dump?
We're going to have to like go steal a candle from a church or something. You just say they got confused. I don't know.
But anyways, Opti, you got some memes for us today, brother?
Nah, I thought we were going to talk to the audience the whole day.
Yeah, let's go through some memes.
All right, well then give me a second. I have to pull them up for you, dude. You told me we're talking to the audience today.
Bro, this is the first time we're doing a live show with a live audience, so we're just kind of going with it.
All right, I bet.
Because the audience can definitely hear everything Opti is saying. In agreement with everything he's doing.
Oh man.
All right, well then, Nico, you're going to have to read these. For the audience over there. So give me 1 second. Let me pull these up as we do this live. 1 second. Right.
We'll do it live.
We do this live. Fuck it, we do it live. Okay, 1 second. One second.
We'll do it live. Oh, and before we do that, I want to give a shout out to our awesome sponsor, BitPlates. Don't store your generational wealth on paper. Store your generational wealth on steel, and there's no better place to do it than the BitPlates. Store your Bitcoin wallet backup seed words and passphrases on steel. It's made from highly corrosion-resistant 316 marine-grade stainless steel. Offers the ultimate protection against extremes of temperatures. You could use the promo code SIMPLY to get 10% off anything on bitplates.com. Anyways, Opti, let's get to some memes. All right, first meme is by Bitcoin Magazine, and goes on to say, conversation started March 28th, 2011. James, we need to break up. Every one of your friends is doing something with their lives, investing in real estate. You just keep reading about your stupid Bitcoin. Conversation started November 26, 2017. Hey, James, how have you been? All right, next one. This one's great. By the one, the only, the legendary RDBTC. Bitcoin changes you. 1 year in Bitcoin, 5 years in Bitcoin. And that movie was really strong. All Quiet on the Western Front. All right, next one by Jameson Lopp. We make money out of thin air. We're the U.S. government, and this, of course, this is referencing Brad Sherman's crazy comments. And we got Lena Sichet, free speech. In our country, we have free speech. You rock. We love you. Everything you do is awesome. We also have forbidden speech, regime criticism, freedom of the press, satire. If it's the law, it must be right. And of course, this is referencing Elon Musk's comments. And the last but not least, we got Toxicat. I am the Oracle. I can answer any question. How do I convince the masses that there's an international cabal of people that control every avenue of their lives with their consent? Any question but that. Anyways, guys. So, Ben, I mean, in honor of doing this, let's touch tips, bro. That's my meme score.
We're doing it.
Are we gonna do the thing?
Okay, Opti, be ready with the air horn.
All right, are we gonna do the fingers?
I think so. Yeah. It's hard to aim, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Wait, there. Are they touching?
All right.
I hope somebody screen caps that.
The tips have been touched. The tips have been touched. Ben, what would you give those memes? There we go.
I'm going to give this one more button down. It's hot as fuck here. Ooh. I'm from Canada. I need to like air myself out.
So
a button. I'm pulling a Marty Ben. If you see Marty Ben at these events, the buttons progressively get lower and lower until it's just belly button at some point.
So we just touched the tips and you're taking off your clothes. Welcome. Welcome to Miami, everybody. Elaine is disappointed. So, guys, please drop your meme score in the live chat. You know, our live audience will be able to watch it. Before we get to that, I want to give a quick shout out to. I want to give a shout out. I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors. Best place to buy your Bitcoin miners, Kaboom Racks. Go to t.me/Kaboom Racks. That's where you're going to find the best deals, the best prices. Those guys are awesome. They're constantly dropping new deals for ASICs. So go to t.me/Kaboom Racks. It's super, super easy. And also our clothing sponsor, Opti's wearing the dad hat, which recently just became available. Opti, show it off, please. Thank you, sir. And you could scan the QR code right now, and it will take you directly to the representltd.com store. And that's where you'll be able to buy some of that merch. Anyways, Opti, let's get to some of the live scores from our viewers.
All right, gotcha. One second.
All right, Opti's unresolved feelings for Chrissy. For anyone who doesn't know, Opti's ex-girlfriend is Christy Lagarde. He dated the head of the European Central Bank, and that's exactly why we're here, and they hate us so much. Opti broke her heart. Bitcoin 2024, Opti dyeing his hair silver and touching the tips with Chrissy. All right, next one. What do we got, Opti?
I don't know. They're lagging. They're lagging right now.
We're lagging. Are we gonna hit the buzzer? Are we buzzing it?
No. Hold on.
There we go. Planet Earth. Give those memes a copy of Saifedean's new books, Principles of Economics. Okay, very, very nice. We got Sale Dog 18. I give those memes Opti's and Nico's FBI agent's breakfast check. All right, next one. Elaine, X-rated, Simply Bitcoin. Should we just look at each other's eyes?
Just stare deeply.
All right. He unbuttoned his shirt. Anyways, Ragnar, I give those memes the jacket holding button Augustin Carson's body together. All right. Kevin says that touching of the tips meme, it's over 9,000. I think that's a Super Saiyan reference. Think Orange, I give the memes. And if it's hot in there, it's not the temperature. All right, Frank Arn, I give the meme a pair of pretty legs on the front row. Shout out, Sophie. And Winekiss, I give the memes 1 year subscription to Simply Porn. Wine, you're in the audience, bro. I give the memes programmatic monetary policy while bank CEOs testify before the Senate committee today. Wrecked. I can never pronounce her name, bro. Kaizen. I give the memes the richest man in Babylon book. That's a good one. Next one, Opti. Sats for life. Shout out Rustin. I give them Nico tip frosted with the entrails of scammers and shitcoiners.
All right. Nice. Hold on, guys. Hold on. This one is hot off the press. We have a new meme that is in, so give me 1 second. Fresh off the press.
Oh man, look at my eyes, bro. I'm in shock. Something happened there, bro. It was metaphysical.
My favorite comment was mistakes were made. Mistakes were made.
Oh man. All right, Opti, I think we got one more, and it is from J-Dub the Laker, 21 million. Our rating of Cinemax.
These are great.
Oh man. All right, guys. Holy cow, I had a lot of fun.
That was something.
That was something to say the least. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning into a special edition of Simply Bitcoin Live plus BTC Sessions. We did a collab. Hopefully, we'll do more of these in the future.
Yes.
And Pacific Bitcoin, maybe. Maybe we communicate telepathically now.
I think I can already read your thoughts. Yeah.
It's an antenna.
It is.
Okay.
I didn't tell you, but
okay.
Yeah.
All right. I feel it. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning into a special edition of Simply Bitcoin, a special edition of BTC Sessions. We are live at the Bitcoin Grove in Miami. If you're interested in becoming a member, go to the Bitcoin Grove Twitter. It's pinned to the top. It's a community space for Bitcoiners. You could build here. You can record here. It's freaking awesome. If you've ever been to Bitcoin Park, this is something, this is the Miami version of that. It's really important that we start taking back these cities one by one. We start taking back from the shitcoiners, especially Miami, and we start converting these cities into Bitcoin cities, and we're doing that one by one. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to smash that like button. Consider subscribing if you feel like we provided you value. Shout out to all the viewers tuning in from BTC Sessions channel. Shout out to you guys. We love you all. And guys, have an amazing weekend. And Ben, do you want to say any last words?
Build your local Bitcoin circular economies. Reach out to your local Bitcoiners. Shout out to OPA, Orange Pill app. If you're in Miami, you don't know what the hell you're doing. They have events now, just so you know. You can search up all the events, find local Bitcoiners. And I'll just finish up by saying this was your Simply Session.
Hell yeah. All right. And I want to end it with the audience. Guys, round of applause.
What was that? Oh my goodness. As you can tell, fully off the hip. We need the BTC. We need Ben's. We do this shit live. Fuck it. We're doing it live. Anyways, man, I'm kind of FOMOing right now. I'm chilling here, still at home behind the computer, and I am about to get on the plane to get down into Miami, but I'm missing all the fun right now. And here we are. So let's get some people. I guess we'll sit in here for a minute. Let's talk about stuff, guys. I see a bunch of friends. I'm going to start picking on some friends. Let me see. I am going to hit all you guys. Let's see who comes up here, and we'll see how long